All right, today is the day. Now, vacuum bag fittings are kind of expensive, and we don't have the time to wait for those to come in the mail. So we're going to save us the expense and the timing and make us a pair out of a couple of old rusty bolts. So let's go see how we did it.
And we are literally going to make these fittings out of some rusty old bolts. And the best bolts, of course, are shoulder washers, shoulder bolts, because they have that wider flange, spread the pressure out on our vacuum bag material, and the little washer is going to go between them. And I got some bolts that were about 2 inches. One of them, 1 1/4, was about perfect. Cut them off the length. And then we need to take off the threads and make a little nipple end to fit a 1/4 inch vinyl hose. And once that end was turned down for the receiving end of the vacuum hose, it's a matter of boring this thing through. And I found that when you're going to try to bore any distance with a small drill like this 1/8 of an inch drill bit we're going to use, and especially on a bolt like this where we don't know the hardness, it is a wise decision to just take your time and work your way through it very slowly. Use lots of oil to keep things from hanging up, and we're just gonna take our way through that thing. Although I did find that these bolts were actually pretty soft, nothing too difficult. We just take our time, but through the magic of video editing, we will get through it in record time, in fact. And once we get this hole through this thing, we're gonna clean it up a little bit, make it nice and smooth around that nipple so that we get a good vacuum seal with our hose, and clean up the threads a little bit as well. Now, these fittings typically would have been made out of polyethylene or nylon, and the epoxy wouldn't stick to them. But that's okay, because if we do get epoxy on these, we can be able to torque them, the nut and the bolt apart with some wrenches. And if that fails, a little heat will break the epoxy down. And then you can throw in some acetone and clean it up after that. So once we got this thing cleaned up nicely, we're going to take it out of the vise and reverse it and do some machine work on the head of the bolt. While you have it spinning, good time to clean the threads. Makes nice, easy work of it. Like I said, the problem is with this bolt head is it stands off, or it keeps the vacuum bag standing off the material too far, meaning the bag can't suction down and pull tight up against your laminations. So we're going to go ahead and face off the end of this bolt. Cut it down as thin as we can go. In fact, we would take it flat to the shoulder of that head, but that would be too much because we need to leave at least enough to get a wrench back onto it. So we're going to take it down, leave about 1/8 of an inch is all. Like I said, just enough to get a wrench onto it, take these things apart if we ever get epoxy between them. Now that it's flat, of course, one of the problems might be that the vacuum would suck this head down against the work surface, the lamination, and plug off the vacuum hole. So we're going to cut a little notch in it to make it so that we have an exit or an entrance, depending on how you look at it, for the vacuum. And there, with all the machining work done, try the rubber washer on there. Like I said, this rubber washer is going to seal up against the vacuum bag. The nut's going to climp between them, and that'll be the pressure. Try our vinyl hose. Seems to fit great. And there we have 2 fittings ready to go.
All right, so there you have it, a couple of old rusty bolts turned into vacuum bag fittings. Now, we did this because next week we have a project where we're going to laminate some foam core to the rear of our tub with those vacuum fittings and some vacuum bags, the proper technique to put those honeycomb cores in place. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video and hope you come back next week and see the follow-up to this. Thanks for coming by.